Yo guys, welcome back to Fight Night, and today's MMA news is straight up wild. From the official UFC 320 card dropping, to Brian Ortega's insane weight cut drama, and even Sean Strickland getting suspended, you are not gonna believe some of this. First up, you saw the tweets, right? Israel Adesanya is chiming in on the heavyweight scene. He said he'd fight for $30 million against either Jon Jones or Tom Aspinall. $30 million. Man, Izzy knows his worth. But let's be real, is that fight even close to happening? Jones hasn't even defended that belt, and Aspinall is waiting in the wings. If Jones actually fights Aspinall, and wins, could we see Izzy jump to heavyweight? That's a massive payday, but a huge risk against those giants. What do you guys think? Is Izzy serious, or just talking his talk? Speaking of Jon Jones, there was some chatter online, no concrete tweets this time, but rumblings about him potentially getting ready for another camp. Look, the heavyweight division is a mess right now. You've got the interim champ in Aspinall, and Jones hasn't fought since March. If Jones is actually training again, it throws a massive wrench in everything. Does he want Aspinall next? Does he still have the fire? The suspense is killing me. Now, let's talk about a card that's actually confirmed. The UFC 320 main card has been announced, and it's absolutely stacked. We're getting Ankalaev vs Pereira, Dvalishvili vs Sandhagen, and Prochaska vs Roundtree. This is insane. Pereira's first light heavyweight title defense against a monster like Ankalaev is going to be fire. And I am so ready to see Ankalaev Dvalishvili finally get that title shot he's earned. This card is going to be pure violence. Tell me you're not hyped for this. But wait till you hear this. The drama around the Brian Ortega vs Aljamain Sterling fight is next level. Ortega was reportedly hospitalized due to a rough weight cut, and the fight almost got scrapped entirely. But somehow, he came back and weighed in at 153 pounds, making it a catchweight fight at 155. Man, that's crazy. Aljo said he didn't want to go through all that again, so he accepted the fight at a higher weight. That's a tough look for Ortega, but massive respect to both guys for still making it happen. Moving on, this one shocked everyone. Sean Strickland has received a 6-month suspension. This is coming from a physical altercation he had with another fighter at an event in June. You can't be surprised by this, honestly. It's Strickland. The guy is a walking headline machine. A 6-month suspension isn't a long time, so we'll see him back soon, probably talking even more trash. Speaking of unexpected moves, ESPN MMA dropped a bomb. Bryan Battle has been released from the UFC after those back-to-back weight misses. Brutal. Battle won the Ultimate Fighter, had a decent 7-1 record in the UFC, but those weight issues are clearly a major red flag for the organization. You can't keep missing weight at that level. It sucks for Battle, but the UFC has to maintain some professionalism. What's next for him? Let me know your thoughts. Alright, you know Dana White always has something to say, and this week was no different. He was on Cutler Cast talking about getting rid of woke sponsors. He straight up said, "I actually got rid of one of our sponsors. Big thing sponsor, for big money. We went through the whole woke period and they were the thing worst ever to deal with." Dana doesn't hold back, does he? It's interesting to see him so openly talk about this. What kind of sponsors do you guys think he's talking about? And do you agree with his stance? And he wasn't done there. Dana was also comparing Power Slap to WWE. He said these WWE guys are ***ing jump off a ladder onto a table full of tacks for $50 a night. You can come into Power Slap and make a SHT load of money. He's really pushing Power Slap, isn't he? Comparing it to the extreme stunts of WWE to highlight the potential earnings. What do you guys make of Power Slap? Is it a legitimate sport, or just a crazy spectacle? Finally, let's hear from the legend himself. Charles Oliveira said he has no desire to retire anytime soon. He said, "I'm only 35, there's a lot still to come. So stop talking about retirement. You love to see it. The guy is a monster, and he's still got gas in the tank. We need to see him back in the cage soon." And speaking of comebacks, Dricus Du Plessis gave an update on his return, saying he needs a few months to sort this problem out and will be back early next year. That's a bummer, but he's coming back as the champ, so we'll wait for him. We also saw a somewhat bizarre tweet from WC MMA with a video of Ankalaev Dvalishvili seemingly enjoying his time in China, getting some kind of temporary tattoo or drawing on his chest. Merab is a character, that's for sure. He's been on a tear in the bantamweight division, and it's good to see him enjoying his downtime. And a quick one to end on, a tweet about Conor McGregor's new haircut being so off-putting. You guys know Conor loves to get people talking. The guy could sneeze and it would be a headline. What do you think of the new look? Alright, that's your fight fix for today, but I gotta hear from you guys. What was the most shocking news for you? Are you surprised by the Bryan Battle release? What do you think about Izzy's $30 million demand? Let me know in the comments, and of course, subscribe to Fight Night so you never miss the madness. Catch you next time.